So now let's learn the second way of deleting item from a linked list, that is from the tail. So the algo is pretty simple, to be honest. What we have to do is we have to delete this last node, and we'll not actually delete this node. Instead, what we'll do is we'll make this node as our tail node, the second last node. Just think about it. What is a tail node? What makes a node to be the tail node? It's a simple answer, right? If a node, if the address pointer of a node is pointing to null, that means it's the tail node. So if we want to make this second last node as our tail node, we'll have to break this connection and we'll have to make a new connection. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to take the address pointer of the second last node and we'll have to point it to null, right? That is what we have to do. So this is the theory. Now I'll write the pseudo code and then we'll see the code. Okay. So the pseudo code is pretty simple. You have to start traversing through the list from the head, and you have to stop when you reach the second last item. See, we have already done this. When you write while, let's say if you take a temporary variable and you initially store head, so initially the value of temp is head. Now you loop through by writing this logic while temp is not null, right? So now just think about it. You will stop when you reach this point, not even at this point, at this point. What if you want to stop at the last node, the tail node? In that case, you'll write while temp dot next. Just think about it. Once you reach this point, you're asking this question whether temp dot next is not null. So at this point, temp dot next is actually null. So this condition will be false and you'll not get inside the loop and you'll stop here. What if I have to stop here? In that case, you'll write this while temp dot next is not null. So once you reach this point, just think about this condition. While temp, this is temp right now, this is temp. While temp dot next is tail, dot next is null. If this condition is true, you will not get inside this loop. Okay, so this is how you will stop at this particular node. And inside the loop, there's the simple increment condition where you just write temp is equal to temp dot next, right? And once the loop is over, inside temp, you will have this particular node, the second last one, right? And once you are able to fetch the second last node, you have to simply write this piece of code. You'll simply write temp, which is currently the second last node, dot next, which is currently this tail. You'll reassign it to null. And that's it. That's the code. Just think about it. I'll run through the code. Let's say we run this. Initially, during the first iteration, this is our temp. This condition is false because temp dot next is not null. So you'll get inside and you'll increment 10. So now this is temp for the second iteration. Okay? Now temp dot next is still not null. So you'll again increment it and now this will become 10, right? For the third iteration. Now temp dot next is still not null. So you again increment it. Now this will become 10. This is the fourth iteration. And now temp dot next is actually null. So this condition is false and the loop will not increment and you will reach this point. Temp dot next is equal to null, and that's it. That's the code. So what we will do now is we write the code to implement this particular pseudo code. Okay. Let's now write the code. So we'll just create a new method. Let's call this method delete tail and self. You can actually check whether the list is empty or not by writing this condition if self.head is none. We are just skipping this code for now. What we are going to do is we are going to take a variable temp, which will initially be the head node. Then we'll write the loop. So while temp dot next is not none. This is the condition. While this is true, we'll keep incrementing the value of temp by writing this piece of code, temp.next. And once you are done with this, you are able to reach the second last node. You'll come out of the loop and you'll simply write temp dot next to be equal to none, and that's the code. Okay, so let's run this code. Let's quickly create an object of linked list class. Let's add a few nodes using the insert method. One last. So right now the linked list looks like this. Now we want to delete from tail, so basically we want to delete 1. So we'll write delete from tail, and let's check whether it worked or not. So you can see we were able to delete the last item. Okay, let's do it one more time. And you can totally see that it's working. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. In the next video, we'll discuss how to delete an item by a given value. Thanks.